The alarm at the woman's house kept going off. The neighbors couldn't take it anymore and called the police. A female cop saw the woman turn off the alarm and was about to leave, but the alarm rang again. Her years of police work told her something was off. She quickly checked the alarm info. The trigger was in the downstairs bedroom. The cop got cautious and went to check. In the bedroom, she found a freezer. She opened it fast, then let out a sigh of relief. There was no body inside. She looked around the room again and found the reason for the alarm. It was a loose trigger. She fixed it right away, but the next second, it got pulled down again. There was even knocking from inside the wall.
So tell me, where is your husband?
Turns out, the woman and her husband were getting divorced. The husband didn't want to lose anything, so he started taking all the stuff he bought. That drove the woman crazy. In a burst of anger, she wanted to silence him and sealed him inside the wall. But no one thought the man was still alive. He had been pulling the alarm wires the whole time, and someone actually found out. Now, is he lucky or unlucky? What do you think?
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god!
Lexi, what's going on?
Somebody cut me open!
The girl woke up to find her kidney was gone due to severe blood loss. When the firefighters arrived, the girl was already unconscious. They quickly began emergency treatment and rushed her to the hospital. In tears, the girl told the dispatcher she had met a man from a dating app in real life, only to have her kidney stolen. But instead of helping her, the police suspected her of organ trafficking just because she was a black woman. As a fellow black woman, dispatcher Grace decided to help her catch the culprit. She created her own profile on the app and lured the man in. He took the bait and asked her to meet at a bar. There, he tried to drug her drink, but Grace was one step ahead. She switched the glasses. The man ended up drinking his own spiked cocktail and passed out on the spot. Straight to jail he went. Smart move, dispatcher Grace. The first thing the woman did, after being hit and flipped over, was tell the firefighter.
I mean, the report to say we're just co-workers. We were coming from a lunch when that jackass hit us.
The firefighter was a bit confused. Turned out, a serious accident had just happened in front of a motel. The man was killed on the spot, and the woman's car had flipped over from the impact. Firefighters quickly began the rescue. They placed a neck brace on her, smashed the windows, and peeled open the roof. The woman was successfully pulled out, and even as she was leaving, she made sure to remind them again.
You call my husband and tell him you found me by myself?
Absolutely insane. The woman nearly drowned right on the street. Just moments ago, her husband crashed straight into a fire hydrant. A massive jet of water shot up and flooded the entire car. The woman, unconscious, was completely submerged. Firefighters rushed in with a hammer to smash the rear window, letting the water pour out, while another team member raced to shut off the main valve. The woman was finally pulled out, but her mouth was so badly injured that normal intubation was impossible. Paramedics had to use scissors and a syringe to perform an emergency puncture, opening a direct airway to help her breathe. The worker was getting ready to trim the trees, but in just one blink, the work truck was stolen, and the woman who stole it was laughing out loud. Just now, a gardening crew came to cut the trees so the branches wouldn't hit the power lines, but the woman didn't want that. She yelled at them, calling them tree killers. She said it wasn't eco-friendly at all. Even when the workers explained it was for safety, she still wouldn't listen. The gardeners didn't want to argue. He picked up the chainsaw and got ready to work, but no one noticed the evil smile on the woman's face. The next second, the truck was gone. The woman drove off with the gardener still on the truck. The worker freaked out and called for help, but right after saying the address, he saw a power line up ahead.
Maybe more than one.
When the fire team got there, the woman was hiding inside the truck because of the static from the truck. Her hair was sticking straight up. The captain told her not to move. He had the team put out the fire first. Then they called the power company to cut the power. Meanwhile, the gardener who jumped from the truck landed on some boxes, so he didn't get hurt too bad. As for the woman, she finally saw the police she had been waiting for.
Came for the tree murder.
But what she didn't expect was that the police were there to arrest her. Have you ever been in a hot air balloon? I mean, have you ever been in one all by yourself? This 10-year-old girl is flying one on her own because right after her mom got out, the balloon floated away by itself. Just a moment ago, a mom brought her daughter to ride a hot air balloon, but not long after takeoff, a strong wind blew in from the west. The pilot said it was too dangerous to keep flying, so they stopped and went down fast, fighting the wild wind. They finally got the basket to stop. The mom and pilot planned to get out first, but once they stepped off, the balloon got lighter and shot back up into the sky. The pilot even hit a rock and passed out. The mom was so scared, she quickly called for help.
She's flying away!
Did you say
flying?
The firefighters arrived quickly. The staff told them there was a radio inside the basket. They could talk to the girl with it. The girl heard voices above her. She grabbed the radio right away. With help from the coach on the ground, she started learning how to land the balloon, but she let out too much air. Now the balloon was falling too fast. The firefighters raced ahead, with the captain leading. They managed to catch up to the balloon. They jumped out of the truck, grabbed the safety ropes. Buck ran, then leapt into the basket. The others held on tight, using their weight to stop it from lifting off again. Working together, they slowly brought the balloon down. Would you dare ride a hot air balloon? An elderly woman walked into the fire station, saying she had something to hand over. It were live grenades. They were her late husband's belongings, but she had thought they were just props, and had even sold a few of them. One ended up being bought by a young boy. The fire department immediately sprang into action.
Incoming! Kyle, freeze! Freeze! The grenade is real, Kyle. But it won't go off unless you release the handle.
When the boy heard it was a real grenade, he panicked and threw it straight at a firefighter.
Run! Run! Get down!
Thankfully, no one was hurt. A $1 billion cruise ship is capsized by a wave, flipped upside down. The whole family is desperately running for their lives. The boy, who's obsessed with gaming, completely doesn't hear anything. By the time he reacts, when the captain finds the boy, he's trembling in fear. The captain wants to take him, but the boy says he's not going with a stranger. Quick thinking, the captain immediately throws out the olive branch of friendship.
Corey, I'm Bobby. Now we're not strangers anymore.
The kid is easily convinced and follows him. As the water rises higher and higher, the captain starts helping him climb bit by bit. Then, they run into a door. The captain pushes with all his might but can't open it, just as the water is about to overflow.
Hey, Cap. Need a lift? Yeah.
Brothers prove to be reliable. The girl sneaks her sister's diamond ring while she's asleep, but, to her surprise, her hand swells up and the ring won't come off. The firefighter gets closer to check. It's an allergic reaction.
Ma'am, this ring finger, can you feel it?
No.
The firefighter realizes the only option is to cut the ring off. Otherwise, the girl's finger might have to be amputated, but the little sister refuses.
Wait! I sold it. The buyer's already paid me. A lot.
The two sisters immediately start arguing. The doctor steps in to mediate. After 666 minutes, the ring is finally cut off. Looking at the split ring, the doctor doesn't forget to say,
Remember, sharing is caring.